Okay, recording in progress. Okay, cool. I have started the recording. So today's agenda is that this is the session 4 extension. So as I said, you have multiple things in the session 4, but it need not to be completed in one session. But yeah, I'm extending that. So you have good branching strategy, merging strategy, and we'll discuss around those things today. So yeah, I'll try to discuss all the things in the today's session. So let's get into that. There is this Excel draw. Again, Excel draw became like a friend for me because it is making easy how much diagrams I made through Excel draw, right? Okay. So as I said, today's session would be around branching strategy and merging strategy. So every organization has some branching and merging strategy. So first of all, before getting into the branching strategy and merging strategy, so before getting into this good branching and merging strategy, let us know what is branch, right? What is branch in the Git perspective? So coming to in the Git perspective, so you will store the whole code in some platform like VCS, version control system, that is called as Git, right? So you will use Git to store the whole code and all the stuff, right? So in the Git you have multiple projects, right? Multiple projects means a repo. Let's take a repository. So in this repo, there are like multiple files and all that. So yeah. So now what happens is that you need to have similar approach kind of in this repo also. Like for example, here if we see, we have multiple environments, right? We have multiple environments like dev, release, staging, release, production, right? Dev, staging, production. Those are environments. I need not to say what is the definition of environments. You can watch the previous session to know what is the definition of environment. So yeah, you need to have multiple environments. Now what happens is that if anything happens here, something happens here. So you can backtrack it, but there will be a lot of misconfigurations if you are using single repo or something like that. So if you are using multiple repos also, that will be costly, right? Somewhat. If you are hosting multiple repos, private repos, that will be anyway costly. So in this repo only, there should be like somewhat a copy kind of thing where you can work on that and push to this repo, right? So that will be good. So now Git introduced something called as concept called as branch. So branch says that, okay. So you can use this repo only, but in this repo you can create a multiple branches. By default, this repo is hosted on which branch? Anyone? By default, some branch would be there. What is that? Guys,
Main.
yeah, right? Main branch. So by default, main branch would be created by the Git whenever you create a repo. So fundamentally, main branch is a main one. If I say master branch, okay. So around that, you will tweak the things. So what happens is that you can assume that main branch is a staging. Now I'm saying because every organization has different perspective. Some has like main branch as a production. Now I'm saying that it should be staging. So our organization has staging. So as a main branch is staging. So you have one more branch, if anyone can say. So that's developer. Same like this. Go according to this. I'm zoom it. So you have dev, staging, production, right? Similar concept only. So you have dev now. So this has dev, right? Anyway, so this environment is based on developer environment. So now another branch, what is that?
Test.
Yeah, test is also fine, but according to our scenario, we are not that much costly. So in between only we'll include the test, but yeah, that's a release, right? Yeah, test is also fine, but yeah, release branch. So obviously release would be around production, right? Production or live environment. Every company has different perspectives. I'm not saying this is a own perspective of, I mean, the detailed perspective of the things, but every company will have own perspective. Sometimes even the dev would be like production, right? We can't say like, so yeah, I'm just explaining strategy behind that. So in the release branch, you would have sorry, prod. So these are the branches. Now additional branches would be there to support these branches. What are those?
Feature branch.
Right, future. 1 minute. Obviously, future branches would be there. Future branch. What does mean by future branch anyway?
Like you can say
The upcoming
developing it,
Yeah,
developing particular tool or something.
yeah, particular future.
Yeah.
For example, Amazon has recommendation system, right? That's a future. So some developers work on them and merge it to dev branch. So additional branch, future branch. So future will not have a separate environment or something like that. That will be done under this dev only. But yeah, so yeah, future branch and any anyone know hotfix?
Yeah.
Okay, these are main branches. Okay, when I say branching strategy, you will automatically understand hotfix. These are the branches. So what happens is that so somewhat you're isolating from one branch to another branch, right? So misconfigurations will not happen. That is a whole idea of branching, right? So you can easily push from dev to staging and staging to prod. So there will be some strategy around that. How to build that strategy is called merging and branching strategy. So today we'll be discussing the merging and branching strategy. How should we how should we do that strategy? How should we merge things from main to release, dev to main, right? How things happen at production, how regression testing happens here, how unit testing happens here, how testing comes into the picture. Whole stuff we'll be discussing over here. Any doubts, guys?
No, they were.
Okay. Is that visual approach good?
Sorry.
From the Excel draw, I'm explaining the whole things using Excel draw, right? Is that good or should I
Yeah,
refine?
it looks good. It's
Okay,
fine.
good. Yeah, fine. Okay, now another thing is that we need to know about merging and branching strategy. So let's go from scratch, as I said. So now you're developing some product. So now first you will do is that you will you will have multiple future branches. Future B1, Control C. Right. So let's say there are two future branches around the things. So now there comes another branch called as dev branch. So dev branch. So what happens is that these future branches will be reviewed and some CI/CD pipeline would be running here. So to merge this into this. So what happens is that so here in between those, so some tests, some basic tests, unit tests, some unit tests. What are the types of testing? Another, can anyone spell it?
Unit testing, regression testing, performance.
Now regression won't come up. Another type. Regression is like 2 days, right? How do you use in the CSD pipeline? Right, it
No,
won't fit up.
not some testing actually. Yeah. Unit testing,
Integration. Integration testing. Another
Systems testings.
system testing. Oh, you can so and one more. Not only testing, what will you do? Other part of testing, I mean, and the CI/CD pipeline or something like that. So you will always review that code, right? By the senior level engineers. So review of code by senior engineers. So how do they merge is that? So if you know a concept of pull request, right? All know the this concept of pull request, right? So they will make sure that they will raise a pull request to this dev branch from future branch. So they will raise something called as pull request. Let me small this up. Something called as pull request. Pull or merge request. Some have concept in GitLab it is called as merge request anyway. So yeah, they'll raise a pull request which automatically triggers the CI/CD pipeline. Right. For example, if I can show you open project. So not this. Open project Git repo. So it has dev branch. So that there are around 180, 158 branches. So now you have multiple branches. This is a dev branch. So they kept dev as a default branch. So every organization has some other things also. So yeah. So they have a future branch, right? So future branch has some check status. What is this check status? Let's see. So there is some CI/CD pipeline running. What are those? So first thing is that you have some code scanning, same like your Sonar queue, right? It will scan for the code and code QL for coverage of the code. What does it mean by coverage? Anyone? Code coverage.
Quality of
percentage
code
of
check.
Yeah, quality of code check. How much unit tests are passing? How much it is covering? Whole stuff will be done in the code queue. Right? So always pull request preview. Yeah, I'll explain that pull request preview later. So yeah, Bachman scan, the security scanning. So it is based on SCA and SAST. Okay, SAST and SCA, right? So those concept it is based on. And some other things are test suite. These are unit tests and future tests. As I said, some unit tests and future tests will be running on. So yeah, let's see what are the details around those. So some unit tests are running. So right. So these unit tests are generally written by developers. Don't worry about those. So it is using catchy as I said. Don't worry about those things anyway. So these are the unit tests running to verify things, right? Those will anyway take time. to run unit tests. So some unit test has been failed. So your code quality will be reduced. That's it. It won't fail, but the code quality will be reduced. So there will be quality gate to ensure that code, if the code quality goes less than some 80%, automatically the even this code kill ka thing also fails. But that doesn't happen now. Seems to is not happening now. So yeah, let's see. Analyzing the JavaScript, right? Code kill analysis. So there are multiple tools on the market. As I said, focus on concepts rather than tools. Okay, then you will succeed in the DevOps market. So this will also check the work package version, whether the version is compatible or not. Okay, yeah, that is what it is. So it is merging through pull request. So they'll raise a pull request like this, right? So there will be some changes around this. So he changed some HTML kind of thing, ERB. So he's putting add correct margins, right? He's putting some correct margin. So now there is a CI/CD pipeline will be triggering. If you can see, yeah, some CI/CD pipeline is triggering. Code scanning, code QL, all those concepts are coming here. Unit tests, right? So this is from which branch? So dev branch to, so sorry, from bug to dev, I think so, right? So yeah, that is how it is happening. So some bug branches also happen. Whenever you have an error, automatically you can create a bug branch also. It's highly flexible around the things. So now coming to future branches, you will match that using pull request. So using that pull request, also some basic unit tests, some integration testing, whole stuff, reviewing of code will happen. So now you will not deploy whenever you done using future branches. So whenever you change in the future branches, you will not deploy. But here comes the dev branch. So now in the dev branch, here also CI/CD pipeline is there, but here the main CI/CD pipeline would come into the picture, saying that automatically when you merge those changes here, this dev branch will trigger things like, for example, if you are hosting the whole things in GitLab, so automatically that will trigger GitLab, or maybe if you are having Jenkins pipeline, GitLab or Jenkins or GitHub Actions, I'll say GA. Okay. So that will trigger those CI pipelines. So you understand the difference between CI and CD, right? CI is all about just the integration of tools, maybe testing types, building things, right? It's not about delivering things. So in that CI pipeline, it would be like testing, building, whole stuff will be happening. Automatically that will be triggered through webhook. So those will be triggered through webhook. Now those whole unit tests will be running here in this CI pipeline. So now comes the next part is that, so you will not only do the CI, but you will use something called as Argo CD here. That is called as GitOps approach. So here using uh, you are using Git as a single source of truth, and from that only you are deploying things. So now the next thing would be, after CI pipeline, automatically the CI CD pipeline would be triggering. What is that CD pipeline? So you will have a Argo CD in middle. So Argo CD in middle, saying that you will have a development environment Kubernetes cluster. I haven't deployed development environment and all the stuff, but yeah, I'll deploy that later. Kubernetes dev cluster. So you will have multiple clusters as per your environment, right? So now automatically that will deploy over the development Kubernetes cluster. That is highly automated. So you need not to manually deploy things. So automatically Argo CD will see that if there is any change in dev branch, automatically that will be deployed in this Kubernetes dev cluster. That's how it happens. So now dev branch has happened completely. So now obviously you have to push to other branches also, like main branch. So this is dev branch is based on which dev environment, right? Development environment, as I said, development environment, right? So you have to release that also. I'll say about the release part later. Let's only focus on branching and merging strategy. I'll say in few minutes maybe, right? About releasing, how to release things. So yeah, this is a dev branch and whole things about the dev branch. So now another branch comes up called as main, right? So now what happens? Listen carefully. So this is what is branching strategy. Now merging strategy comes into the picture. What is that merging strategy? Is that automatically when all tests pass here, all the deployments happen here, all the things are working fine. So you would do is that maybe sometimes it is manual, sometimes it is not manual. So here the semi CI/CD approach is happening. What is that here? So you are merging the changes from dev branch to main branch. How this generally happens through semi CI/CD process. What's that semi CI/CD process? Is that so? If it is like a dev branch to main branch, I would use maybe fully CI/CD, maybe, right? If it is to production, I would use semi CI/CD. But generally, I see that semi CI/CD process is used everywhere. So what happens is that whenever this whole testing happens, whenever the deployment happens, so automatically you can your senior engineer will say that, okay, will say that these changes need to be deployed into main branch, right? These changes need to be deployed into main branch via pull request, so that need to be automated just by approving from the senior engineer. So they will write some scripts or a CI/CD pipeline, some scripts or pipeline pipeline with approval. You have to just click yes, that's it. So that automatically those things will be not merged. That produces a pull request. That produces a PR, right? That produces a PR. So now merging is not happening. It is just producing a PR. So now from the dev branch, you're producing a PR. So this main branch has some other engineers who will accept that PR, right? So now what happens is that this scripts or this scripts automatically detects that this whole deployment has happened successfully, and this will produce a PR from dev branch to main branch. This is a script happening there. So there is no end-to-end pipeline or end-to-end script or something like that, right? So now you have understood, right? So now this main branch has separate senior engineers, senior engineers who will review this PR, review this PR. So they will review this PR, how this PR is working, right? They'll review that PR maybe, right? So how the CI/CD pipeline is happening and all those stuff. So now also some CI/CD pipeline will occur, right? If you are doing from dev to main branch, so some CI/CD pipeline would occur. What are those CI/CD pipeline? Again, the same concept. So if I can copy paste here. Alright. Mm. So, but here the change is that you will add a lot of advanced tests here. What are those advanced tests? Anyone? So here you have all this at dev branch and future branch. You have unit testing, integration testing, system testing. Now at this level of main branch, you have more types of testing called as. If I can. Anyone now? They said them. I mean, now anyone can say system testing, smoke. Sorry. Let me do this. Let me. Obviously, reviewing will happen. Now, smoke testing will come into the picture. So, smoke testing, unit testing, integration, future testing. Future testing would be always there at future branch also, but yeah. And another important thing is that so now your QO branch, QA people will come into the picture saying that they will add additional tests, right? So they will check now the quality assurance. So now what happens is that at dev branch you are able to deploy, but here now what happens is that you will have a internal DNS, a new DNS, internal DNS that is for staging. Internal DNS and deploy using that DNS. So it's for staging, right? Let me write staging. Are you getting us? Guys, are you getting?
Yes.
Okay. Some internal DNS would happen. So that would not be internal certificate, that would not be external DNS. So that would be internal DNS. So in the inside organization only they can access that website link or things. So yeah, they would do internal DNS, and maybe this quality assurance people will come into the picture. So now quality QA team will come into the picture saying that they will add lot more things now. So now quality assurance people will add something called as regression. So this will be according to organization. As I see, some quality assurance people will add something called as regression. It's like uh, salt in front of uh, the dish, right? So they'll add something called as regression testing. Regression testing. So how many days it would take regression testing, and what's the regression testing? Anyone can define, guys? What is regression testing? I'm asking just. If you listen the previous session, I mean,
Testing the product.
yeah, that is fine. I mean, regression testing is a type of testing where it checks whether the future or any code is affecting another code. Something like if some code is breaking something or not. That's it. It is a simple definition. So it checks whether it breaks something or not. It is very much important testing in the testing scenario, right? So that is why regression testing comes into the picture. Now this regression testing will take time because it need to check all the components in the code, right? So anyway, it will take between 2 to 3 days. Again, QA will run some additional tests here. There are multiple tests. You can just Google it. So that I'm giving as a task so that that will be good. So some additional types of quality assurance tests would be running here. You can just Google it. Tests and QA works. What are the QA works? You can Google it. So yeah. You may ask why I am saying to Google it so that you can get to know about things, right? So if you Google it, you will get to know that I Googled it. You'll remember for longer term, right? That is why. So now quality assurance has been completed after regression testing. So whole things are being completed. And one more thing is that always the review of code would be happening, right? So now the next thing would be coming as releasing, right? At main branch only you should release it. How to release it? Maybe and after this main branch, I'll discuss the production. Then I'll say about releasing, right? That will be good, right? Okay, let's discuss production now. That is releasing, release branch. Guys, are you getting it? I know if there are any blockers, say to me. Guys, say it bluntly anyway. I want to listen from you guys.
No, they could.
Okay, fine. Yeah, Romita, uh, Hari, Chaitanya, Som, any
Yes, sir.
blockers? Yeah, Hari, you are having blocker. Huh? I mean, anything?
Right now, not there, sir. I mean, like blocker, any blocker.
I mean, I'm asking any doubts. Sorry. Blocker
No, sir,
means
no.
yeah. Blocker means you are not able to move forward or something like that. That is what I'm asking. Okay, fine.
Yes.
So this is the overall thing. It's like uh, it's very good. I mean, these concepts, if you can explain in your interview, right? So yeah, here comes the release branch. So now what happens in the release branch is that obviously the same process would happen, but here at release branch, obviously you have to increase the sorry here dev not dev staging, right? Staging cluster. So here some you'll increase the for example, you have a Kubernetes node with some T2 large here at staging. You'll increase that to MX large, NX large, or something like that, right? That is what happens in the production. So you'll always increase this tests also, right? Because at production, how do you push directly? So you'll increase lot of tests. I mean, your testing team will come into the picture. Your releasing team will come into the picture. You'll build things. You'll check in multiple things, right? So now release branch come into the picture. So you will always do the same things, but you're increasing the scope of things here. Yes. This release branch deals with production. So every organization has different type of branching strategy. I'm not judging them. It's like nth time saying that. Some have even it main branch only production because that's a budget issue. But for us, there is no budget issue anyway. So yeah, at release branch, you have a production. So now what happens at release branch is that so the same process would happen. Let me paste it. So obviously, you'll use them. So some additional tests would be happening. So I don't want to again list them, but yeah. So some additional tests here, add-ons are alpha, beta. So should I mean, maybe I'll just those are additional test. I'll just keep in a bold kind of thing so that you can. Font family. Sorry. Anyway, let me do that. Let me keep it in another line so that you can understand. So here only, not system testing would not be there at Dev, I think so, right? Only future. Okay. And these are additional testings happening here, plus regression testing also, right? I explained that regression testing separately, but yeah, those things will be happening. And this regression testing never say that it will happen through CI/CD pipeline, because CI/CD pipeline would not be for 2 to 3 days. It will happen separately, right? Those will be not happening through CI/CD, right? And now this alpha beta testing will come into the picture. We'll write this separate. Alpha beta testing, alpha testing, beta testing, and performance testing. I know a lot more types, right? It's testing, load testing. You have to test the load, right? You will have a load balancer, URL, or maybe DNS. So you have to test the load. You have a separate team for load testing and performance testing. So you would do all those stuff. So you will always review by the senior engineer, right? So now at CD, you will have this Argo CD. So now internal DNS, maybe not this will be not internal DNS, this will be external, right? Because users need to access that link. This is a live environment, if I can say. This is a live environment which we are dealing with. Right? So here, if any error happens, whole things would affect, right? So that is why we have a staging environment also to roll back quickly. So there is another strategy also, not only internal DNS, you can have, this is also external DNS, let's say. This is also external DNS, let's say. So you can do is that, whenever this production system fails or something happens in the production, okay, or you have two environments, right? Production for staging and production. So whenever, so you will apply some policy called as failover here. What is that failover? Anyone? So failover does is that whenever one thing fails, automatically that will be redirected to another thing, right? Whenever this production thing fails or something happens, automatically the rollback is happening. Automatically the rollback happens to staging. Obviously, some minimal time would take to scale the production, the staging environment connotes also, but yeah, that will be there. So yeah, you will use that failover policy here to do that, right? If you see the Route 53 policy based things, it is there also. So here also we are applying the same strategy, right? Failover routing policy for production account, production and staging. This is staging. From the staging, this is the first production. So you are applying failover routing policy over them, right? If this fails, this will be there, right? So yeah, that is why staging environment is being created, not for just for environment purpose or something like that, right? So your things will be stable enough, right? So now things happen is that you'll apply the failover policy, and this will have the external DNS. This will also have the external DNS. So you will have the failover. You'll have the failover, right? Sorry. So this will have the failover over things. So now how will you release things? Again, you have to do the same thing. What's that? That script. Sorry. Script or pipeline which does what thing? Which does so again the script will do is that will push the changes from merge main branch to production through pull request. That script will automatically create the pull request after this whole things has been completed, regression and all that, by the approval of the guy. So that's a merging strategy, right? Okay. The first level is at pull request. Again, the second layer is at for merging, you would need approval for merging. Approval of engineer, senior guy. It is right. You need the approval of the senior engineer like me, obviously. So yeah, and coming to this is a merging and branching strategy. Any doubts? Any doubts, folks? Tom, Haji, Romita, any doubts?
Not yet.
Okay. Is that clear?
Yeah, it's clear a little bit. I have to rewatch it again and miss
Okay,
something.
okay. Somewhat complex bit, but yeah, that will be worth it. So yeah, everything is complex in this fellowship, but yeah, I'm making it smoother.
Yeah.
I know people will be hesitant to teach this concept only in those courses or something like that. But yeah, they will explain the merging strategy and branching strategy different types. Okay, maybe they'll take the version or something like that. So now version 1 has been completed. If you deploy the things here at external DNS, so this is version 1. So the version 2 would be the same thing. Follow the flow again. Yeah, you'll understand the things. Okay. And now coming to releasing. So merging and branching strategy is okay. Now what about, so releasing is not about just pushing the things to the external DNS, right? So some of your users are like, they need to set up your product in their own environment. For example, you have Jenkins. Jenkins is a project, right? Jenkins is a company, if I can say. So they are doing is that they have the own environment that is hosted by them, so we can use that also. But the other environment is that we can self-host the Jenkins thing, right? We can self-host the Jenkins thing. That is called as self-hosted Jenkins. We will obviously install the Jenkins using some commands, apt install Jenkins or something like that. We have to push to that Linux dictionaries, right? Linux packages, right? So there is a process called, there is a tool called as packager.io to do that. Now what will you do is that after releasing the things, yeah, Som, what are you saying? So after releasing through, I mean, let me clarify that. After releasing through website, after releasing through DNS, releasing through DNS, so automatically you will do is that a CI/CD, again CI/CD pipeline would, CI/CD or script. Let me again copy paste that. So some are repetitive anyway. So this is not for PR again. This will do is that. Yeah, a pipeline that integrates with packager.io like to do release to Linux distros through CLI. So you can install the things using CLI. So you have to release them using packager.io. So same like that, open project does that. If I can show you. So here, see packet releases. See in the releases. So here are the releases. See, some source code is where you can download it. These things are generated by packager.io. Automatically, when you integrate with the packager.io, this will be generated. And one more thing is that the commands, how to install this, that will be also generated. So here the commands are not provided, but yeah. Anyway, this is like 15.01, right? Some of the features are there. These are the assets. So you'll use something like packager.io or any other tool also. There are multiple tools around the market that will zip and that will make as an executable, right? Okay. So that you can install on your platform and maybe work with that, right? So let me stop this. So now a script that integrates and that will release to Linux distros. So that script will do is that it will generate some assets. One thing is that it will generate some assets. With which you can manually install things. Another thing is that it will push to package managers like yum apt. So it will if we can say that generate commands to install our product. So those two things this packager.io will do. So if I can show you packager.io, so how many of you know before only packager.io? Anyone know? So it is doing is that it is pushing to multiple distros of Linux. You have Debian level, Debian 12. Some are not able to do it because some errors are happening there. You have to resolve it as a DevOps engineer. So yeah, Debian level, Debian 12, Ubuntu 2.22.04. So yeah, let's see Ubuntu 20. So these are the commands with which you can install the open project. So you can check it if you want. I'm just copying and pasting over the, maybe if we can have open Ubuntu 22.04 and let's check using Google maybe. if we can have a playground. Start. Let's see. This one, right? Okay. Let's see if it works. So you can use this playgrounds also. For quick verification of things, right? Not use it for long term, right? Let's see. So yeah, it's my Deepak 4566. This is my repo only. So I'm releasing from that only, if you see, right? So yeah, it's being installed. It will take some time to install because it's like a larger file, around like 2 GB kind of thing. So yeah, this is how your Jenkins commands are being extracted. Okay. This packager.io will also generate the assets, I think. So yeah, maybe where is this assets? So, oh, cool. So this is processing it. Technology has been different level. There are multiple tools around the market. Who does it, right? For you. So what this commands are doing is that, so it is adding that, it is using duplicate, it is uh, generating those assets. Then it is doing is that updating and installing that open project. So you're adding that list into this apt, right? You're adding that into apt, then you are installing it. So you can use that apt add command to add to your things, right? So yeah, it is taking time anyway. Cool. That is what it is. Let's switch off anyway. We will not use. Right? Any doubts, folks? So that's how you release the things. So releasing obviously happened. Any doubts? Guys, any doubts? I'll share the recording also later. So this
Right.
is a thing. Okay. How is that today's session? Did you got through real process? I mean, do you know merging and branching strategies in detail before?
No,
All right.
just know there are branching strategy, but never know this detail.
This will happen, right? I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. Obviously, the YouTubers are scamming you. I'm saying it bluntly. You can even record this. So yeah, they are scamming you literally. So they're saying that enroll this course and you will get this job or something. There is nothing like that. Even we won't guarantee that. So yeah, it's all about understanding and skills, right? Projects, right? So yeah, the main aim is that you can get the understanding and projects to some enterprise projects so that you can state that in your interviews. That is what it is. Okay. I hope you learned so much today, right? So yeah, this is the merging and branching strategy. Maybe about the working part. Okay, let me get into this code or something like that. So what you should do is that I kept in your hands only. So I have made intentionally some errors. Maybe it's not version control. Let me say that again. So some people will say that, okay, this will be, I mean, recorded. So, I mean, the versions would be there, right? So you can see every version and maybe retract that, right? That won't happen here. So I have intelligently done that, some errors. So you have to solve those errors, right? It is failing. So you need to know why it is failing. So this trivia image is being failed. You need to know why it is failing, right? It is simple error only. I have resolved in trivia FS scan. The same resolution need to be applied at trivia image so that the image this will be passed. And moreover, one more thing is that some additional task which I am giving is that what is this? So you have to create a base Docker image. What is that base Docker image? So here what I am doing is that in this pipeline, in this pipeline. So for every stage, for example, TriviaFS scan, I'm I'm using some image and installing that image in the before script, right? So it is taking some time to install things, right? So for every stage, it is installing and executing the things. For example, this here also, it is installing and executing the script. Here also, it is using some Docker image, then it need to execute this Docker image, right? It also takes time, right? Same way, Sonar Cloud, Sonar Source. So I need a complete custom image where I have whole things at one image. What happens with that is that your build time reduces. Guys, anyone ask a doubt?
So
Guys,
we'll use only one image in our CI/CD pipeline, right?
yeah, I want that.
Yeah.
So you have to containerize and package that image so that you will have all those commands in one image, so that you'll not use again this Trevi Alpine image or maybe Sonar Cloud image. So that image need to consist of OSWAP image, Docker image, Sonar source image. So it may be custom installations also. You need to have those all images clubbed into one custom image so that we can use here directly, right? So by that, what happens is that your the time of executing this pipeline will reduce gradually, right? That's the first thing you have to do. So the second thing is that create a self-hosted. What is that self-hosted? So we are running the pipelines in the GitLab way. I mean to say that GitLab, if we run the pipeline, for example, if I can trigger something. So if I can, yeah, I gave some space regarding that. So a dev branch committing this. So automatically this been triggered and this is running on GitLab servers, right? On GitLab servers. I mean to say these are managed by GitLab. The servers are managed by GitLab. But what happens is that to assign that server and execute in that server, it takes a lot of time. It kills a lot of time. For example, if you can say it. So first it will assign the server randomly. So running with GitLab runner. So it will assign that server, whichever it is available. So it is resolving secrets. It is doing all the stuff which are unneeded. So it is wasting a lot of time. So you have to use your own servers, which are EC2 instances. So that will reduce the build time around maybe not 11 minutes, maybe less than that, maybe 7 minutes. So you are reducing from 31 minutes to 7 minutes. That's a significant achievement, right? Okay. Guys, did you understood?
Yes, clear, Deepak.
Okay, cool. And those two tasks I'm expecting. I know it is not that much complex, I think. So anyway, cool. You'll get lot of videos, right? In you search in the YouTube. Okay, cool. And one more thing is that rotation of secret keys. I said right. It is a good side project to rotate your access keys in AWS and GitLab. So now today, So Som said that he'll give a demo around that, a rotation of secret keys, because he have done that using AWS Lambda and CloudWatch and all the stuff. So yeah, so over to you.
Hello,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah,
Wait,
hi.
let me share my screen.
Let me stop my screen. Yeah, let me stop. Yeah, I stopped my screen. You can.
Is it visible?
Not visible. I mean,
Uh, okay. Screen option. Share. Yeah, is it visible now?
yeah, it's visible.
Wait a second. I'm doing it first time. I'm not okay with it.
Okay, no problem. I mean, that's how you, meet new people and maybe, right, you will do a lot of demos in your company also, right? So you have to do.
Yeah.
That's like an engineering capability.
Save. How can I remove this side window here of Zoom?
Side window. I mean,
Yeah.
what's that? I mean,
Like audio, video, it's showing up here.
so that is not visible for us. That will be blocked by Zoom on.
Okay, I can't. Okay. Yeah. It's okay.
We are not able to see that.
Okay, it's okay. It's
Right.
removed now. So I was making a little bit architecture. It's a little messed up. I'll try to make a new one now. Wait.
Okay. So you
So
are also
first,
using Excel draw like me.
yeah. I
Bye.
tried Excel draw for some architecture to get a detailed view.
Okay.
So we have assigned for the rotation of access keys, right? So what we have to do in the project was just rotating the access keys of the IAM and as well as the variable of in the GitLab. Okay. So first okay, what is there? First we have to set up the AWS. Why so small?
If you are good, you can explain using hash node also, blog also. That will.
About with my blog.
Yeah, you can.
Wait a second. Maybe I'll do it better here.
Okay, fine, no problem. Take your time.
Okay. First, we have to create a IAM user, right? So here you will go. You'll create a IAM user with the name of key rotation or GitLab or whatever you want, and just assign a access key to it, right? Then what you do is just go to your GitLab and assign those keys, secret access keys and simple keys on the CI/CD group level. Okay, so it can be accessible by the your projects too. Here's the key which I assigned. Then what you have to do is screen. Wait a second. Let me put it. Yeah. GitLab variables, right? You just added your credentials in GitLab variables. Now what you have to do is to go to your GitLab, edit profile, and you need access token to communicate with GitLab API, right? So you go here, the access token, and you will add on. Wait a second. Yeah, add new token. Give it a name and allow just API. Okay. So when you create the access token, it will give you a. Let me create it. Yeah, there's the GitLab token
Don't show us anyway.
by which you can communicate with your GitLab API, right? Just copy it and your previous uh, GitLab sorry username. Okay, then go to secret manager. Here you need to create you need to store a new secret. Okay, go to other secret and add the rows. first one is for okay. Here, let me retrieve my old secrets. Okay, so here's the table which I defined in this one. First one is GitLab token, where we are defining the GitLab API. Then we have GitLab ID, group ID, which is the group ID. Let me show you. Profile. When you go into profile, not here. File. It was here somewhere.
Yeah, GitLab is somewhat you have a lot of options.
It's my first time using GitLab too. Right?
Okay,
Normal.
okay. You'll habituated. You'll be habituated. Yeah.
Maybe it's in the group level.
Yeah. Yeah. Check it. Don't click on sign.
Groups. Here you go general. Here's a group ID. Okay,
Oh,
you
yeah.
just give it group ID here and your IAM user name, and just save your rotation secret. Now what you are doing, you have created a IAM user, stored variables in the GitLab API, GitLab variables, and use the GitLab API and store your all the access credentials in the secret manager, right? There's one more thing you need to do is to give IAM user access to IAM to delete and create new access keys and to access the secret manager also. So when go here, need to add permissions, right? I already added it. IAM full access and secret manager read and write. You can also customize it on the roles and attach it here later. So after that we have part of coding, right? So here's the code which I use. First I imported some libraries like Bodo3 for client, request for request module, and JSON to convert JSON from Python, right? Then we initialize the AWS client. First one was IAM for communicating with IAM user, and then second one for AWS secret manager, right? Then second, here function to retrieve secret for secret manager from secret manager. Started with get secret. It will retrieve your secret from the secret manager which we just created now, GitLab key rotation secret, and it will say you. I'm a little sorry.
Okay,
It,
fine. No problem.
it will use this to get your secret and
Get the
JSON
secret.
JSON to convert those into Python module. Okay, then it will rotate your access keys. It will use the same get secret here to retrieve the previous secrets, GitLab token, GitLab group ID, and IAM user, which we defined in our AWS secret manager. And it will use IAM client, which we defined here, to create new secret access key, which you can see here. It's a print new access key is created, access key and secret access key. Then what it does, it go to the GitLab API, where here it is, GitLab HTTP, GitLab.com API version 4 and group level, right? We save the variables in the group level, so we are using group here. If you save the variables in project level, write project here, and same as for the ID. Okay, then it goes to update access key. It will use response put to get the URL, right? And it goes to AWS access key ID, use the header and save the private token and change the new access key. Okay, here's GitLab response for AWS access key, which is just changed, and the same goes for the AWS secret access key. And here we're gonna list the previous keys and match if it's equal to your new keys or not. If it's not, then it's gonna delete your previous key, and you're just deleting old previous key, and it will inactivate it. And these are for above secret key and that. Okay, and then you just need to copy this code and go to Lambda function.
Yeah, Lambda functions. Obviously, this project is
Yeah,
very good project, right?
here
Compared
you have
to
to
that
yeah
EVS cost optimization. That Lambda project, everyone are doing it is. I mean, I saw 10 to 15 resumes. Everyone kept that same. I don't know whether. People are
It
just
took
copying.
me 2 days to get it.
Yeah. Takes time, but it is good.
Yeah. Here, just create a new function here. Over here, select the Python 3.9 module and just paste your function here. Wait a second.
Mm.
It's pretty white.
So yeah, it will maybe
Yeah.
It is initializing the IDE.
Here you have to just copy paste your whole code, right?
Yeah.
One error I faced in this while deploying and testing this was the request libraries. We it doesn't have the request libraries in it. So what I did was just lambda. Here you have to create a layer for it, and here I created a request
Yeah.
layer and attach it to lambda function, right? To create layer, give it a name, upload a zip file. So what I did, I goes there and go to the cd python where I downloaded the request layer and zip it, and then I just uploaded it here and
Yeah, you
attached
can
it.
get it from GitHub also. I mean, you can just search it, the request GitHub asset. So you'll get that.
Yeah,
You can, as I said, assets, okay? They're
yeah,
release strategy. Okay. They
it's
also
like
have a
right.
product, right? Okay. Yeah. That's a practical example.
Wait a second, let it.
So yeah, you'll copy paste,
Yeah.
obviously.
Now let's deploy. No changes to deploy. I didn't change anything. Now wait a second. Let me show you my cd.
So automatically that will be updated.
Variables. Yeah. Not with this.
Don't show us secret key, only show.
Okay, so here AWS is schedule. Last one, check the last digit 6GTE. Okay, and here we go to rotation access keys and let's test it.
6J.
Rotation.
So it is executing right now.
It's executed, and yeah, 46GTE has been deleted and it is changed by the new access key. Let me refresh it. Okay, here we go. Yeah,
Right.
UCFY. Now it's changed, and it's also changing your IAM user too.
Yeah, 6GT, correct.
Yeah. Now to automate it, also you can use AWS CloudWatch. Wait a second. CloudWatch.
Yeah, obviously you would trigger according to the maybe 6 months or something like that.
Yep. You go to the events. Event have rules.
Cron, right?
Yeah. Yeah. For cron jobs.
Cron
You
job.
just create a rule, give it a name, and select the schedule method. Continue to event bridging. Okay. Current schedule. Here select the 3 minutes. Okay. 3. It will change the access variability every 3 minutes. Right,
Yeah.
flex window for
After
5
this
minutes.
session, you can change it to 6 months.
Maybe I'll change it to 1 minute so it will be fast to show.
That many access keys, if you create, maybe AWS will get some billing or something.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe they'll mail you saying that why it is happening. Some anomaly, right? That's an anomaly. We should not do it like that.
I'll delete after showing it.
Yeah. Because
2 minutes.
obviously that
Okay.
much automation is not needed anyway.
Yeah. Select the AWS Lambda, your function code, your rotating access keys. Just go to next. Yeah, you don't have to do anything. Just next. Create schedule.
Yeah.
Scheduling. Two of
Yeah.
12.
Every 3
It's taking
minutes
time.
that would be triggered.
Okay, it's scheduled.
Cool.
Yeah, it's enabled right now. Okay.
You can manually also push that, right? Hmm.
Last API, last one was GUCFI, right?
Yeah.
GUCFI. Let's check it in 2 minutes. Okay, I wrote a complete blog on it. You can
Cool.
check it out and do it as
Yeah,
give it
also
a try.
follow Som. He does a lot of amazing things in hash node, right?
I'm just trying. Here is the summary and everything is here, and the scripts is
Keep it in the
in
WhatsApp group. Maybe that will be fine.
yeah, okay, and the script is in the GitHub. You can check it out. Okay. Let's go
Thank you,
to
Sundar.
क्या चैतन्य?
tools.
Yeah, you're saying something, Chaitanya.
No, I'm saying like it's a great work actually.
Yeah. Yeah, that is right.
You're gonna check the second.
See, I can also do that, but see, fundamentally, I
Cloud.
want guys like Som and Chaitanya or any other guys need to do something and maybe demo it. That's how they can gain some confidence, right? So at your interviews, you need to
It must
speak out.
wait a second. Yeah. I don't have enough confidence before.
Yeah,
You
anyway,
just gave me a call and I was like, oh, I have to do that.
that is why I pushed you.
Let me check it again. GUCFI, okay. Let's refresh it. It's been more than 2 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes, right? It takes time.
GUCFI is it's not
So check from the lambda function. Oh yeah, events. Okay, cool.
4 GDA. No, it's haven't deployed yet.
But
It will take time, a little time.
yeah, refresh it 1 second.
4
They at the AWS level only you can refresh it.
here. Yeah. No older events at this moment. Try
1357.
GSC. Maybe I forgot something while defining the rules.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, it's in the schedule part, right? Schedules. Edit. Okay, it's 2 minutes. Every 2 minute time frame.
5 minutes. 5
5.
minutes. Oh, okay. It's flexible. Okay, cool.
Lambda. Action to completion none. A nonce. Customize encryption. Use existing rule. Everything is fine.
1 sec now again. Maybe if you have this mini rule or something like that.
Maybe taking some time. Groups. Maybe it's updated now.
Okay.
4G. No
TE.
newer events at this moment. Auto retry post.
1 sec.
Auto retry post.
That's
Something.
about logs, right? 1 sec from that. GitLab.
No, it's haven't updated yet.
Okay, maybe some problem with the rules or something like that. Maybe some.
I forgot to
Try
add something, I guess.
refreshing
Yeah, Chaitanya?
URL once. Try refreshing
Yes,
URL
it's
once. That CI/CD one.
this one.
Yeah, CI/CD one. Yes, correct. Give it a try. I think it will.
What?
Your voice is breaking, Chaitanya.
Yeah, I was in Germany actually. Uh,
Your voice is breaking again. Okay, CI/CD is saying that try to refresh. Yeah, he done that. I mean, that is what he's doing.
It says no newer event at this moment. It's retrying. I created a event list. Let me create again. Maybe it will.
Maybe if you can.
Key one schedule. Continue this event. Okay, schedule group
Someone,
default.
can you type it in the this one WhatsApp so that they can get the resolution. It is somewhat never-ending solution, maybe. Yeah, right. I'll also help in that later.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
fine.
I'll try this one more time.
Yeah, fine. Try once. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. He's saying that we have created two key
1970.
rotate task.
Okay. 38.
Might be that is
Next window.
holding.
5 minutes. 1938. T.
So Chaitanya is saying something. See in the chat box.
Wait. Okay. Please give a try with refresh and the journey so my voice is strict. Two key rotate tasks.
I mean, this is
Huh?
a second rule, right? I mean, any conflicting between the rules? Or?
No, it's not conflicting.
Okay.
Action after schedule, right? None. Use existing row. Create a row. Use schedule.
So you created 1 minute, right?
Not 2 minutes.
Okay, fine. Obviously, like this
Schedule.
lambda functions, there will be like a lot many. We need to
You will
be
get errors. Someone like will get a lot of errors while implementing this. I get a lot of them. I resolve it.
obviously. As a DevOps engineer, first thing is patience.
Yep.
How many times your lambda functions, how many times your Jenkins pipelines, GitLab pipelines would fail? I mean, lot of times, right? You can use ChatGPT, but at the end, you as a DevOps engineer, you know things, right? You have to resolve those errors.
Okay. Oh, it's in 5 minutes.
It is in 5 minutes.
Yeah. That's why it wasn't updating
Now
the
once
keys.
check whether the existing thing has worked or not.
Let me check it logs. Stream 0df. Yes, it just did.
Oh, okay, cool. 5 minutes
It just
time.
did. Yeah.
Okay,
It
that is
was
what I'm
in 5
explaining.
minutes. I didn't knew about that. I defined 2 minutes. I don't know how it happened.
Relaxation time or something like that. You give 5 minutes, I
Yeah,
think.
maybe. So yeah, it says the role access key, which is the CFI has been deleted, and it also gave you the, wait a second, let me
The
slide it
format
here.
JSON.
Yeah, access key and secret access key here. It shows.
Okay. He's saying
Let
that
me
minimal
refresh it.
time is like 5 minutes. Okay.
It
Chetan
took
is
whole
saying,
5 minutes.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's updated. QQT45.
Cool, finally.
I defined 2 minutes. I don't know how this happened.
So I think, as I said, I think it is set to the relaxation time of 5 minutes. You check again. Once check again. Yeah, that is what it is. That is what happening.
Yeah,
So maybe it is not taking 2 minutes because the minimal time may be 5 minutes, right? Yeah,
I need to
anyway,
check the
great time.
configuration.
Yeah, minimal one is 5 minutes anyway. Cool.
5 minutes.
Great,
Minimal one
Soman.
is 5 minutes, so you can
Yeah.
remember that.
Okay, anyway, cool. So that is very good demo. I mean, around things like you have executed in the live session, right? That is
It's
very good.
my first time doing something like this, so please don't mind me, guys.
Yeah, no, see, Som, you have rocked it. I mean, this one, it is very good. I mean, even some of the guys who didn't know CloudWatch understood it, right? So don't worry about things, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
I'll
next
try
session I
best
would
from next time.
expect other guys also do some demo, right? Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Other demos are also there. Maybe Chaitanya, you can try it out. Haji. Yeah, cool. So there are tasks, as I said. You have creation of base Docker file and self-hosted. So you have to reduce that to minimal or pipeline. That will be like very good. I mean, if you do it. That's like a core DevOps task, right? Okay, cool then. I'll stop the
I would
recording.
like to add one more thing, like this
Okay,
demo sessions boost up your confidence too.
next level, yeah, right.
Yeah, it's really helpful for guys like me. I'm really
Yeah,
shy person, introvert.
yeah, makes sense. Obviously, I used to be introvert, but yeah, these meetings and demos and all the stuff that made me somewhat extrovert in in online world, virtual world, but in real world, I am introvert only. Anyway, cool.